Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, so we're still talking in Adobe and Animate, and we're talking about our animation here. We're talking about adding sound. How can I add sound to my image? So here I've got a sound file that I've added right here. If I loop this, very pleasant, right? So we've got a sound file. So I've got an MP3 file that I just grabbed off a free-to-use site. So to do that, let's go ahead and I wasn't able to do it before, and I wasn't able to understand why. It's because I was trying to add it to a tween layer, so I can't do that. So a couple ways that you can do this. You can, so on my sun layer, there's my yellow. You can see there's my tween. And I was trying, if I go to here and I go to try to go to File and import, I can't import to my stage because I've selected a tween file. So I can't add sound to that tween file. But I can, if I select a layer here, I just made a layer here for my sound. I can go to File and I can import to stage, or I can even import to an object or even a symbol like my dancing flowers here. I can go to File and import to stage sound files that way as well, or video files for that matter. But in this case, we're just doing sound. So let's go ahead, and I prefer to keep my sound files separate. That way I can kind of play with them separate of my symbols. So I suggest making a new layer for your music. We'll go ahead and throw this one away and we'll just start over from scratch, right? So like I said, if you wanted to add to it a layer, you would grab that layer and you could import it from here. I don't know if I can import from here. I don't think I can. But I would go up here to edit, and I would go to, or file rather, and I want to go to import to stage, right? So you can import to library. I've already got my file in the library. You get your library, you get your properties, and my library is right over here. The Happy Thoughts is the name of the file that I have imported here, and that is what I've placed in there. So if I want to import it to this frame here on my dancing flowers, I could go right there, and I could say File, and then import. Since I've already imported to the library, I can just import to stage, and then I can select my Happy Thoughts and then open that. Okay, it's already in there, so it's going to place it in there, replace the existing. That's fine. Okay, and then when I loop here, you can see it's added this wave file here for the sound here onto there, and then when I push play the loop, it's going to play that music there behind there. Okay, so let's go Command Z. How would I add that to its own layer? Okay, if I wanted to add it to its own layer, you can simply make a new blank layer, and let's just call this audio. Happy Thoughts. And then I'll click my first frame here, and I will go to File, and I will import to stage. My Happy Thoughts MP3 open. Go ahead, import and play it, and then I have that on its own stage. So when I play, now on your audio here, once you click on there and you go to properties, you do have a few things here. So like here, let me get my head out the way here. Over here in your sound, you can see what MP3 I've got there, and I can change that if I want to turn it off or something. It has some effects, and I can go and play this. So like if I want it to just play at the left channel, let's try that, and then we'll play it. It's only going to play out of my left speaker, and if I go back, got a few other ones, right channel, I can have it fade in, fade out, or I can custom. You can adjust the audio envelope, like I've got this here. I can click this here, and this is like your audio, and here's my seconds as it goes along here. So if I just go here and I want it to fade out, say, right, go all the way in, and I can get where my fade is here, and I can take this way down here, and I will take my fade to the beginning of my song, and here's bottom where it's going to bottom out, and let's say I have to zoom back in. Let's bring this way over here. And at like 5 seconds I want it to start fading, right? And I can play. So there you can see I can control that, and you can kind of play with that, and you've got your left and right channels that you can play with. So you can play with that. This is kind of a very simplistic. We'd probably be better off to do any more complex editing of audio in another more robust kind of program made for that. But either way, you've got a little bit of things you can do right here. Okay, so that is how we get in there. All right, everybody stay creative, and I will talk to you soon.